You ready? Oh, yeah, you all good. All right. Welcome to another episode of I'll Name This Later. INTDL. I'm your host, Shem. Chef is like kind of like it's getting done with, honestly, at this point. But with this episode, we have yet another remarkable woman, and above all else, nothing short of incredible. Creative, director, writer. I mean, the gift that keeps on giving in a sense, multi-talented, multifaceted. We have the one and only Erin B, aka ErinBeCreating. Welcome to the show, Erin.
That was so cool. I don't think I get introduced often, so it's like humbling. Like, dang.
No, like, but that's one of the things is like being our guest is being hospitable, also like knowing like when I did or listened to some of your work, I realized that you've done some amazing intros. So you gotta give the flowers when they do. I feel like it's always time.
Thank you.
So, Erin, without further ado, what we're gonna do today is a nice watermelon citrus salad with chicken. So how we're gonna start this off is that I am going to sear the chicken 1st. Then we're gonna go ahead and play around with the vinaigrette. And then we're going to mix everything together. What we have is the watermelon. We're going to dice those up. Then we already have the cube orange, navel orange to be exact, peeled garlic or crushed garlic. We have coriander, ginger, black pepper, onion powder, salt, olive oil, and we have white wine vinegar for the vinaigrette. So for me, I'm going to go put some gloves on. If you want to cook,
I love
be
this.
my guest.
No, I actually, I was thinking about cooking and I'm like, I always cook. So to be cooked for, I will receive it. I will taste. I will let you know if it needs additional things.
Let me know.
That happens a lot in my household. Like, can you try this? And I'll be like, let me just add a little more of this and that and just take it to the next level.
So what we're going to do, I'm going to lead it off with the chicken. What kind of seasoning do you want on it? You can play
What's
around.
on it now currently?
So I just marinated with a simple just water. I had garlic, paprika, onion. We had actual garlic in there as well. I didn't play around too much, salt, black pepper. So it's just like a basic marinade.
I don't think it needs anything else, honestly. If you've already done all of those things, I wouldn't add anything else.
So you want to go straight sear?
Straight sear, yeah. Straight sear? A nice crispy sear.
Got you. So what I'm gonna do is have this ready, and then I want to go too. I feel like if we need some seasoning, we're just gonna go ahead and throw on some salt, pepper, whatever else you think we might need.
I think we could add maybe a little paprika.
Paprika?
Give it some color.
We got you.
If I was making this at home, I would do also maybe a little like butter in the pan with some fresh garlic and kind of baste.
You want to? We got butter.
But if
hey, look, you calling it out. We got you. What you want to do? We here with everything.
I would put like maybe a half tablespoon. Yeah. Because those pieces of chicken are kind of small. And I would add some garlic on top of that.
We're going to actually mix this around a little bit just so it doesn't play around.
If you let the garlic cook in the butter, you can use it as a sauce.
So if you don't mind, can you go ahead and go in that drawer on the right side and give me a spoon, please?
Of course.
Put this over a little bit. All right. Nah, I think I'm gonna go a little bit more butter. I mean garlic.
Yeah, you can never have in my house. There's never too much garlic. Never too much. What made you come up with this recipe?
So I was actually inspired because my girlfriend was always asking, like, what do you want to do for the show? What are you going to do for the show? And I was just looking at different things, and I was thinking about the season. Summer is coming up, and you want to be refreshed. You want to have something that's like light on the tummy. On top of that, it's going to be hot, so you want something cool as well. So we always want to try to incorporate a salad. I think that one of the biggest things is always just having something that everybody can enjoy and it's nothing too hard on you. And I think watermelon is good because it's a summer fruit.
Yeah.
And then oranges, you can never go wrong. So I think that those are really, really big things. And then on top of that, I wanted to have a little bit of like a Asian taste to it. That's why we have the coriander. That's why we have, if you want to have turmeric in there, that's fine. And then a little bit of sweetness with the honey. That's also good. I think that we're going to have to turn this up just a little bit.
Of course, yeah.
And I think that one of the biggest things with salad is just that you don't want it to taste like crap. So I think that whenever you add like olive oil, salt, pepper to it, just to give it a little bit more sheen, and then you start throwing in the vinaigrette, it comes out perfect.
I agree. I think that's a step a lot of people miss. Even on sandwiches, like if you just add a little something, it really will take it to the next level without much.
Now you're speaking to me.
Yeah.
So right now,
I am a sandwich girl.
Color. I'm gonna flip this over. You want a little bit darker? Or you want to go?
I do. Yeah.
Third. Hey, look. When you here, you the chef. I'm just here as a cook. I think this might be okay, but no, that's still light skin.
Yeah, I think it can get a nice. I did tell you to turn the pan down, and then that was my bad. It was just smoke. We was talking so long. I'm like, it's just smoking in here. We're getting very smoky.
So what I'm gonna do now is that we're gonna play with the vinaigrette. I'm gonna let this cook a little bit longer.
Okay.
And then flip it over just to have a little bit more color, and then we're gonna just put it on the cutting board. So what we're gonna do now, if you want, you can help me with the vinaigrette.
Yeah, I'd love to.
We're gonna go over here. So for me, I'm gonna add the vinaigrette first, or the vinegar.
Yep.
What do you want to add in here?
I would add some olive oil for sure.
I'm gonna add that last. I feel like we gotta emulsify it. So
okay.
We're gonna do that last. What else you want to do?
Let's do some salt, some garlic.
Real garlic or part of, okay, got you.
A little more.
A little bit more. Heard you. Hey, look.
Yeah. Also the garlic powder.
Heard. More.
Because when we add that olive oil in there, it's gonna kind of drown out the flavor. So you kind of gotta do a little more on the front end. I would add also some black pepper.
Heard. You want?
Do you mind if I put some gloves on?
Yeah. Okay. Look.
Sorry.
All right here. We want you to do.
This is my problem with cooking with people. I'm like, this is a team project, or can it be a solo?
What you want to do is what you want to do, and I am all for it.
Cooking is a feeling for me. Like I gotta touch it. It's very tactile. I have to we did salt already. This is onion powder?
Yes.
Okay. It's very I don't know. It just feels like something that is soulful, and I have to. None of my recipes have measurements unless it's like true baking. Baking, you do have to have measurements, or you're gonna be cooked. But with cooking, it's just like everything can be fixed, managed, reversed, unless you really fuck some shit up. So I just gotta feel it. I gotta smell it. I gotta feel it. I gotta taste it.
I'm not gonna lie, you the first guest to come in here and want to cook. So hey, look, I appreciate it. I appreciate
Happy to be here. You did put a good amount of vinegar in there too. What's this? Coriander, garlic. I don't think we need any turmeric. Is this for juice?
So if you want to add juice in there, you can curl up the peels, and if you want to add more, that's perfect too.
Do you enjoy cooking? Can I use this? Did you wash this? Okay.
That's a trick question. Do I enjoy cooking? Yes and no. I enjoy it on the show. When I gotta do a little bit of R&D work, I do it a little bit there too. But like whenever my friends and my girlfriend ask if I gotta cook, it's based off survival at this point. So like for me, it's like, yo, if I'm gonna make something, I make something good, but it's gonna look terrible.
Do you have a whisk?
Yep, right here.
Perfect.
So I did have an emulsion blender, but I felt like it would have been a little bit less.
No,
like,
I'll do this at home.
Yeah. So I was like, look,
you gotta learn to work with what you got.
Exactly.
Okay. I feel like all the fancy tools. I was saying something the other day about how we can kind of dry out. I think it was like maybe some fruit skins or something. I can't remember exactly what it was. And like I was talking to my homegirl, and there's so many ways to dehydrate something, but what shows on the internet is like obviously the capitalism form of like, oh, you need to buy this food dehydrator and it has to be this brand and it has to look like this. And I was like, girl, people have been dehydrating food before there was electricity.
Exactly.
There is another way to do it. We have to just figure it out, ask around, because like we as a people are indigenous. Like we come from people who like take care of the land, till the land, sow into the land. So we know, and there are other folks who know how to do these things without technology, without any sort of like electricity, without modern tools. Tasting spoon here.
Yep.
Smart. Not sustainable, but smart.
I gotta make sure everybody can have at least a taste of everything we're doing. What we got right here? What we missing?
I think I would add. I think it needs a little more salt.
Okay. I'm gonna check this out the eye just a little bit.
That looks very juicy, very delicious.
We here to please at all times.
Love that.
You want me to cut this up?
Yep.
Gotcha.
I need some more of this.
So I'm actually gonna move this over just a little bit. So do you want it?
Just so I can juice it.
Okay.
I feel like it can use a little of that.
There you go.
It's missing some. I don't know, something like a good little zing. I try to put some lime in there. I might circle back to that in a second. Let me see.
Zing. Do you want to have?
Just need to try it again. Let's see. I might have did it.
Do you want to actually put some of the pulp in there too?
Oh, like this chopped up? I think we can throw it in the salad when we toss it.
Okay.
But I think it will kind of get in the way of whisking. Let's see now.
Where we at?
You try. See how you feel. It's got a nice zing to it.
I can feel the bite. I would say a little bit more salt. But you are right. It need like a little bit. You want to do a little bit more vinegar, just to have like that bite.
Let's try ginger.
Okay.
I think some ginger. I think some ginger might give it a little some, and maybe some pepper. I didn't add too much of that. I love cooking with fresh ginger, just like the fresh garlic. Did you hand chop this?
Yep.
I know that's right.
Look, man, I put the garlic powder there, but we always gotta have fresh. I know I didn't have fresh ginger, but I felt like I'm like, do I want to have fresh ginger here? Like it didn't hurt to have it on here, so I do apologize.
Nah,
but you gotta have real ginger.
You can already smell the ginger in here, just from that.
What do I do?
I can be a little heavy-handed with salt sometimes, so I try to
the thing
slowly taste, because as it sits in something longer, it develops.
the thing about people thinking that salt is bad for you, it's only bad when you're eating a lot of salt at a time. When it's in moderation, you're good. Like, salt is needed in some things.
This is why I feel like you have to add the oil in during, because the ratio is so different as you add it in, and you can't really get the real flavor as you go.
Yep.
Because the oil is going to come in and it's just going to taste like olives.
Yep. I do agree.
So you have to like really make it together. This is exactly how I make my vinaigrettes at home. It's your turn to try.
Oh, you want to try it again?
Yeah.
I got you. I'm learning something too. And that's the reason why I like cooking enough, is that like you can never, we on the money now.
Aha! That's that one. Yeah.
Cooking is always a thing where you can never know enough about something, and everybody can bring something new to you.
Exactly. I feel like because it is something that comes from the gut, like whether it's because it's passed down through people or you've learned to survive, and like if your gut is literally telling you what it likes, it is something that's so personal. So everyone has their own methods of doing things. Everyone has their favorite tools. Everyone has their favorite flavor profiles. Like I love Asian food. I love basically anything that's not American food, except for European food. Unless we're talking about paella, then we'll count that. Like if Spain counts, then it counts.
It counts.
Yeah, if Spain counts as European, we exclude them, and everyone else, including America and Canada, don't. I'm not a super fan. Soul food gets a pass, obviously. Spanish food gets a pass, but like all the other ethnic communities, I be eating down.
Hey,
like
look,
I love it.
I be trying to tell people, like people don't know, like, because when I go to different places, people don't understand how diverse Detroit really is in general. When it comes to, you got Southwest, you have Dearborn, then in Canton you have the Indian community, or you go to Novi, Ann Arbor, it's Asian.
Hamtramck. It's some different foods over there.
See, like it's a lot of food that people don't understand.
Yeah.
And that it's really here, and people just it's underrated or taken for granted, because I think when we hear, we're just like, oh, we're used to it. But like when you go somewhere else, it's like, bro, like this shit is. I live in New York, and I'm telling you this right now: do not go to New York for tacos. Oh my god.
Nah.
Oh my god, it is. Damn.
But now, if you go out to the West Coast, I wouldn't say come to Detroit for tacos. But considering like the rest of the Midwest, I'm pretty sure we probably do got the best tacos compared to the rest of the Midwest. But when I was just in LA,
it was different.
And I live in Southwest. I love Southwest. I eat tacos twice a week, but it ain't have shit on the quesadilla I had at midnight at the little bodega, little set up. With a little tent outside the grocery store. Like it was slapping.
Like the grill outside, it was out there. Yes. Yep. See, I never been in the West Coast, so I gotta go out there and see what that's like.
Yes.
I gotta figure it. So all right. So what we about to do now is we're gonna play around with the vinaigrette.
Okay.
Oh, I got you. So we're gonna play around with the vinaigrette. I'm gonna let these rest on the cutting board over there. So you can go ahead and grab that bowl, and you can swap this out. Put the leafy green bowl in the middle of us. And then for me, I like to, what do you want to do with your salad first off?
So for my salad, because I've already done a good amount with this vinaigrette, I would typically just dress the salad and toss it. And like add in the additional pieces. So like I would add in maybe a little bit of extra salt, a little bit of pepper, but like if this was kale, I would do olive oil, salt, pepper before I put the vinaigrette on it. But because this is like a spring mix, I would just dress it, use my hands, toss it, add in the extras.
So
how would you typically do it?
The same way. Yeah. I think like for me, I would just drizzle olive oil, salt, pepper, and then that would be my base. And then after that, I would add in whatever else you want to add. So like right now, we're going to probably do the watermelon. I'm about to dice this up just a little bit. But at the same time, I'm, how can I put this? I'm open to any and everything. So like, I am open to what we're about to do, what you want to do with the salad.
Yeah.
And we're going to try to.
There's more than one way to bake a cake.
Exactly. People don't understand that. Cooking is more than one way every single time.
Life.
and people just don't be
life
getting
in general. As a human, our experiences, like, we are all unique, and there is more than one way to have an experience on this world.
that. Exactly.
Like, it is not all supposed to be the same. We are not all supposed to be doing the same things. We're not supposed to all have the same personalities. Like, it's more than one way to be, to exist. If it was just one way, we would all be bored, killing ourselves.
For real. So I am going ahead and pass these off to you. Do you want to add any orange to this as well? You want me to cut something up, or you want to just use the dice?
I think we can use this. Yeah.
Okay.
I think this is good. This would be an excellent marinade for some salmon.
See, I thought about salmon, but I was like, man,
I love salmon.
I felt like I had it on. I don't think I had it on the show, but I was like, I feel like it might be a little bit played, so I'm like, I can't. Everybody feel
never. Never. I eat salmon. Now, when you talking about some salmon Hennessy bites, that's different.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? But if you just need a little salmon, I eat salmon and broccoli. That's my
all the time.
2, 3, 4 times a week.
That's all you need.
Yes.
And like for me, I'm like, I was telling Derek this the other day. I was like, look, like me and my girlfriend, we go out sometimes, but like I be trying. We eat. Like, we cook at home a lot. But sometimes, man, the cooking at home be getting up there with the prices you're going to be paying to get to the restaurant.
It might be cheaper to go to get some tacos real quick. Get a little Philly cheesesteak. Get some.
I miss the tacos.
What I love about New York City is that I can go get Indian food at 3 o'clock in the morning.
See. We own to something because I live in East Harlem, so like they call it Spanish Harlem. But because there's no tacos that's good there, I just can't really believe it. But obviously, over there, it's more like Dominicans, Colombians.
Do they be thinking you Dominican?
Nah.
Okay. Because in Southwest, they be thinking I'm Dominican.
Interesting. I got nothing for you on that one. Hey, look, I'm like.
You said interesting. Like, they be speaking Spanish to me. I'm like, oh, no.
Like, bro, this is not.
I want to learn because I've been car free for the last 2 years. Just got a new car, but thank you. Just like moving around the city is different. And I feel like Southwest is one of the communities in Detroit where you actually can exist without a car. It feels like a little New York City in some ways. Like, there's so many people who are very local, hyper local, never leave Southwest for things. There's so many Spanish only speakers in Southwest. And like being there, I've learned so much about my neighborhood because I didn't have a car. If I had a car, I'd be like, oh, there's like just a whole bunch of little mom and pop shops. But not having a car, I'm like, oh, let me go explore. Damn, this is a whole little shit right here. I didn't even. Right. Damn, you never even talk to me in English. You think I'm Dominican. You think I'm Spanish. People walking around looking like me, I assume they speak English only. They don't speak a lick of fucking English. Like, this is crazy to me. We're in the middle of the Midwest, but it's people who own these businesses who are doing all sorts of different stuff. Like, I love it over there.
I live over there too, just off the food alone. And I've been there a few times. I don't know. It's not Mexican food at all, but I know it's a spot called Detroit 75. I don't know if they moved there or not. But
the 75 Kitchen?
Yeah. That's been solid too.
Yeah, they good. They good. They bread be a little dry sometimes.
So, yeah, I will agree. I will agree. I can't even hold you up on that one. Like, but in general, like, I think that Detroit in itself is just an underrated food city that people just don't know about.
I mean, you got Mediterranean, you got different kinds of Asian foods. Like, if you talk about Metro Detroit, you have Mediterranean, you have different halal foods, you have different Arabic foods, you have black foods such as foods from the diaspora. Like, there's African food places here. There are Caribbean food places here. You got soul food places here.
Exactly.
You just got Black-owned modern restaurants here. Like, there's tacos. There's all sorts of things. Like, Peruvian food is in Southwest. There's Salvadorian food in Southwest. Like, people just think it's Mexican because it's Mexican town over there. But there are so many Spanish-speaking people from so many different countries in South America, in Central America. Like, it's just incredible here. And then you also have like Korean, Japanese, Indian food. I stand. I'm not from Detroit.
Where you from?
I'm from North Carolina.
Okay. Oh, you from the... See, all right. Now, this is my question, but we can probably answer that later on. But
okay.
Like, I know it's considered the South, but it's on the East Coast. But like, What is it?
It's the South.
It's the South?
It's not. If anything above, for me, now this is where it gets tricky. People try to include Virginia in the South. Virginia minus DC.
Mm-hmm.
And they say Virginia is the South. To me, no, it's not. We draw the line in North Carolina.
But I was told that like
North Carolina is the end of the South, and then we go back down and we go over. It don't cross that border to Virginia.
Okay,
to me.
That's fair.
To me.
North Carolina got some barbecue food. I gotta try.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all get down on
absolutely. And we have vinegar-based barbecue there, which is different. And when I first moved to North Carolina, because I'm a military kid, so I've grown up a lot of different places, which is where my love for food came from. Because around military bases, there's usually a lot of different colonialism. Just say that. Colonialism and war. There's a lot of like Asian places around. And then my dad also was stationed in Korea for a while. And so he came back eating kimchi. I didn't like it at the time. I love kimchi now.
I do too.
But like he would come back and he would be eating all these different foods and he would be wanting to go to those restaurants because he spent time in these different places or like, you know, around base. That's the kind of food that they had access to. And I just grew up loving it. Like, loving it. Yeah. And so being here is one of those things that I love.
See, I'm glad that you are, I'm glad you're a resident. Secondly, I'm glad you love Detroit.
A tax-paying resident too, because they hit me over the head inside the city of Detroit.
I don't want to talk about
I am here. I am here.
So we're going to finish this off. We're going to play. Do you want to play it up or do you want me to play it up?
Feel free to play it.
All right, I got you.
I'm a messy plater. Also a messy eater. I was having a conversation earlier. We went to Chick-fil-A after grocery shopping and I'm like eating and something spills on me and I look over at my wife and she's like, you're just a messy eater. Like she just starts laughing. She's like, you're a messy eater. It doesn't matter what I do. I can literally sit down, take my time, have all the things. Like something is going to spill either on me or on the counter. On my leg, like it's gonna get spilled. I don't spill like glasses and stuff, but like things, condiments, stuff like that. Like just I'll dip a fry in some ketchup and on the way to my mouth, it's going to fall. So yeah, that's my only flaw as a human.
I think that I was telling Derek this. I was like, fam, I can't eat chocolate no more because for the last like month, I feel like every time I've had like anything that's like a chocolate bar or a granola bar with chocolate chips in it, I somehow found a way to smear on my clothes. Yeah. And for me, I'm just like, yo, I can't have this no more. So I'm gonna go ahead, cut this up.
I love being cooked for. This is so nice.
You know, sometimes you gotta be catered to too.
Hello.
Even though you did the salad, but we ain't gonna count that because you came here as a guest.
Yeah, that don't count.
So
I didn't have to think about ingredients. I didn't have to go to the grocery store. I didn't have to think about a dish. Like, this is a win. A win is a win.
I'm gonna put that over here. So what I'm about to do is just grab all the bits and pieces of what we have as the good stuff over here. Let it be shown. Let it be seen.
Yes.
So a tradition on our show is naming a dish from our guests. Since obviously you have more than a hand in it, what do you want to call this dish that you have created? Oh, now I'm over here grabbing invisible
stuff. Let's see. I have to think about it for a second.
Just take as much time as you need.
Yeah, because there is fruit in it, but it's also a chicken salad. But if I say fruity chicken salad, that's confusing.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
It works.
It works. Let's see. I would say let's say it's a chicken salad with a sweet citrus vinaigrette.
Sweet citrus vinaigrette. Okay. Now, is this your final name?
Sweet citrus chicken salad. You see, I'm still working. Sweet citrus chicken salad. Because how do we talk about the fruit in it in the name? Maybe we can just call it, I don't know. It could be anything, right?
It could be anything.
It could be named after me.
It could.
Technically.
It could. Whatever you want. It can be cuss words in it too. Just put it out there.
Okay, thank you. Let's call it sweet summertime chicken salad.
Got you. That's chicken salad.
Yeah.
We there. All right. Now the last thing you gotta do is taste it. So
okay.
We got some forks over here on the right side. Believe right here. Go ahead and grab one. This is yours.
You're not gonna make one?
I'm gonna make one. Just for sure. Yeah,
okay.
We gotta cater to you first.
Loving it here. The hospitality is really included.
Hey, we got you. What we thinking?
I'm just trying to get everything. It's missing onion.
Actual onion?
Like a red onion.
A red onion? That's fair.
I think a red onion would go crazy in here.
I'm not gonna lie. We ain't got no red onion, but we do have a white. But I don't know
not the same.
Yeah. It's that zing with the red onion that you
Other than that, love it.
All right. ErinBeCreating. We have created quite a salad. And with that, we're going to the second part. Thank you, Erin, and thank you for putting more than just a hand, but we put the foot in this damn salad too. And we're gonna take it to the next part. So thank you. Erin, first off, thank you for being on the show. Going into the second part, interviewing you. Now you are the interviewee. How do you feel?
I feel so weird. Like being on a production. I don't think I've ever been on a production set and not been the help in some capacity, or the producer in some capacity, or the writer, or like the person staging it. Like, I don't think I've ever been on the set just to observe at all. So like, to be here and to be hands off, and even like I was trying to move a chair, y'all, and it was like, you don't have to.
We are here for you.
I'm like, do I need to clean up, throw a little thing away? Like, what can I do? So that it's been interesting, but I'm having a good time. Like, it's nice to be the person who just gets to turn their brain off and answer questions versus like, how does this feel as a writer? Am I telling the story? Did I forget something? Did I miss something? How do I stay present? So I'm enjoying it.
No, we appreciate you for staying present to just be the guest. And sometimes you need to take a load off and just know that you are being championed because of the work that you've done. So I think that's one of the biggest things. And also, which goes into the next part, I guess, you've been here for 6 years and you moved here. How did you first start? Was creating always something that's been a part of you, or was it something that you just happened to do when you got here? Where did that journey start for you?
I think in hindsight, I've always been creative, but I also was like an AP student, on a roll, played sports. Like, there wasn't really any time for like creativity outside of how I dressed. Like, I remember being in high school and like I was color blocking and I was trying to go and put like cute tops with different shoes and just like trying to be fashionable. Like, I cared a lot about the aesthetic of things very young, before that was like a way to say that. I'm sure that word's been around for a long time, but like as a child, you don't know what aesthetics mean. You're just like, I wanted to look like this. Like, I was very particular. But I think because like I went straight through undergrad to get my master's, then to get my PhD, which I didn't finish. I left the program. But like in that process, I don't think there was room. It never felt like there was room. It felt very much like you open up your brain and they dump things in, and then you're supposed to do things with it. But like, there wasn't room in my life at the time, I think, to be like creative. That became something that I started playing around more with after I graduated college. I was like, oh, I kind of want to play with photography a little bit. Like, I had a little gap year. Let me just explore some things. And then like, I started doing that a little bit in my master's program. Like, let me take your grad photos. Let me do some things like that. Or I can come to this event. And then when I moved to Michigan, I saw it as like, this is a side hustle. And so photography led into like, oh, if I can do photos, I can do video, because Instagram Reels started becoming a thing around like 2019, 2020. I'm like, oh, I can do this. Like I can edit and do these things. And that developed in like creative direction and storytelling and set building, because I was doing those things for my own content. And it just kind of like evolved from there to the point where I was like so much in it that I'm like, I actually don't want to get a PhD anymore, because the storytelling that I want to do, the writing that I want to do, the research that I want to do, I don't need the PhD to do that in this way. And so I'm just going to move to Detroit and figure it out.
And we are welcome to have you, because you've done amazing things within 313 in general. So that's a big thing. And also that goes into, you've talked about like being and having that creative touch and really starting out. But really, when was it that like you started to really feel like, you know what, I'm the shit. This is what I'm going to be doing. This is how I'm going to take it. This is my full time. When did that really kick in for you? Was that still like COVID time, or was it a little bit after that, or was it after like the gap year in a sense?
The question is, when did I start feeling like I am this creative?
Yeah, like you really, like you are now, you want to be a full time, and it's now a full time thing. And this is now like, okay, like people are coming to me for these things because I know I'm that good.
I think this is a tough question for me, because I think people saw it in me before I saw it in myself.
That's fair. That's fair.
And if you ask me if when I started seeing it in myself, I would say recently, like as of in the last year, where I started feeling like, no, I actually do this and I'm good at it. And of course this person called me to do that. And of course this person's reaching out. Like I felt like, because of my own background, experience, trauma, etc., like people were only asking me because they were like, I don't know, like felt sorry for me or whatever, just like trying to do me a favor, versus like, no, these people ask you because they like you and they believe in you and they think you do good quality work. But in terms of knowing it enough and to be like, well, I'm going to do it, it's like when I decided to leave my PhD program, which would have been 2021. I was like, I'm just going to move to Detroit and figure it out. Like, I trust in my ability enough, maybe not at that point even creative fully. Like, I knew I was going to go and, like, make some money from photography and videography. I was just going to figure that shit the fuck out. But, like, that's really it for me. Like, I was like, I'm going to move to Detroit. I was breaking up with the guy I was dating at the time and living with. I'm like, I don't want to live here no more. I'm about to go. So I'll see you and all my PhD friends. Like, I'll see y'all. Y'all know I'll be in Detroit 45 minutes down the road, but I gotta go like figure this out for me. I didn't want to go back home to North Carolina. So I'm like, you gotta make some shit shake. And I feel like the creative things, I knew I was tired of like structure I had only been through the education system. And I was like, I'm tired of people telling me what I gotta do, what it's gotta look like, all of that. So I don't really want to go get a job. So let me see what I can make off my own hustle. And I've always felt like a hustler, like
Detroit.
Without even being here, like I know that I trust in my ability enough to figure it out, that no matter what situation I'm put in, I'm going to figure it out. Like I need to figure out rent. I'm going to I will figure it out. If I got to go take some shit to Uptown Cheapskate, Plato's Closet to sell it. If I got to like sell this new camera I got, or this new lens or whatever, or I got to actually go out and like pitch myself and be in spaces and network and do a lot of the like thankless, moneyless work, I'm going to do those things so that I can get to what I need.
Yeah, and that goes into like what we talked about earlier about like how you moved here and you had that spirit, and or even like when you move here and not knowing enough about Detroit, but then like you start really being around the people and start really understanding the environment and how everything really goes, and people they go so hard for all the things that they do, and you went so hard for yourself, and that goes into what. Shout out to Jen, because she referred you to be on the show.
Jen. I love Jen.
Man, love her as a guest, and on top of that, a really great human being. Mm-hmm. And so she spoke so highly of you, of being a producer on her show. I wanted to go into like more of how did that start? Was it more so, what did the relationship with Jen start first, or did you know her once you got onto the show to help her with it?
The relationship with Jen started first. Okay. So part of what I was doing when I moved, I'm a military kid, so I moved around a lot as a child. Like every 3-4 years we were moving, new city, new state. So it wasn't like I was even staying in the same school system. So I had to become the kind of and I played sports like all year round. I played every single sport. I was in dance. I was doing all the things. I was a busybody my whole life. This is why I wasn't diagnosed with ADHD until I was 30, because busy was just who I was. So when I moved to a city, even as a younger person, I always felt like you're a new person in this space. You have to do and observe what's happening in this space and see and kind of like go to different people, hang out with them, see the vibes. When I was in high school, that looked like just going to class or like hanging out with certain teammates or whatever. But like see where your pockets of people are, see what the fuck is going on, and then go from there. So the same thing happened when I moved to Detroit. I'm like, I need to, who are the people here who are doing things that I like, that I enjoy, that I see myself as a person to like either help or support them, or that I want to be doing similar things, like kind of like idols or mentors. And I actually, in that process, found, like, you know, you also move to a place, you got to find like your hair person, your wax person, your nail person, your service providers. You got to, that's like before you even move to the place, you like, who is over there in that area that I know who could do my stuff. So Jaleesa is the hair mistress. She has a hair salon called Divine in Farmington Hills.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to Jew. I found her when I was still in Ann Arbor, and she was doing my hair at the time. I was similar hair as I have now. I was like just growing it back from cutting it all off. And she was like good as fuck at doing color. Like she could do any fucking thing. And I felt like at that time in Detroit, it was hard to find a hairstylist who like knew how to do my type of hair any kind of way I wanted, from faux locks to cornrows to blonde hair color to blowout to press, to being able to cut it how I wanted. So like I started going to her, and through her I met D-Lo. And do you know D-Lo Brown? Or are you familiar?
Do not. I know of her. I don't know her.
Okay.
So
we love D-Lo as well.
we do.
So I met D-Lo Brown, and while I was going to Jaleesa, like I'm communicating. This is somebody I'm like, this is my hairstylist. You know, you start telling your hairstylist certain things. Like you might share your dreams and visions, just chatting it up. Like Jaleesa had just moved to Detroit like a year before me, or she moved to Michigan a year before me, and so she was kind of going through a similar space of like, I'm trying to figure out who my friends are and where do I want to be in the city and what do I want to do and what are my goals for myself. So we like built a relationship from communicating about that. And I'm telling her, you know, I really want to do this photo thing. I'm trying to do videography. I'm trying to like get in this bag. So she like, eventually she has this event. It's like a 24-hour hairathon. And and she did that shit. And she was like, I want you to do the content for it. And I'm like, oh my God, you want me to do the content for it? She was like, yeah. And then she was like, I have a call with the host. The host was Jen. So me and Jen both at that time were living in Ann Arbor, which was ironic. And then the event was like at that time in Detroit. We're in Southfield.
Yeah, I know.
And Jaleesa was in Detroit. So we get on this FaceTime call, and that's my first time meeting Jen. And Jen and I like worked together for that event. We connected on Instagram. I think like immediately just liked each other's vibe. And then one day she asked me about coming to her show. I think this is what she would tell it. She was just asking me to come as her friend and just be there. But me, I ain't never been on no set, and I'm just there. So I immediately like, oh, let me get your hair together. Or, oh, can I steam this? Or, oh, can I do this? Or like, oh, I think we should, you know, change the angle on this. And shout out to Barry for not like being like, bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you? This is my set, my show, my production. Like, are you creating my network? And Barry just kind of like welcomed me in. Jen kind of welcomed me and was like, do you want to do this on a regular basis? And I'm like, yeah, I would love to help with this. Like, I want to be in production. I want to be a writer. I want to be a director. This is an excellent experience. I already like you as a person. And so like our friendship evolved as we like worked together over time.
No, that's dope.
Yeah.
I think that
That was a long way of telling that story.
No, and that look, when you flesh it out and map it out like that, we like things like that because it gives more the connection and it makes it feel more real to understand.
Yeah.
A lot of people can actually connect with that. And that's huge because honestly, the same way kind of like me and Derek started out was that we first met at Dreamville, the very first one in 2019, and it was like a high-end bar type of thing. And then in 2020, he asked me for meal plans. I was like, I'm not doing that no more. But I got an idea for you. I got this. And so he was like, I've never shot food before, but I'm interested. And so we were working with the idea and the concept. And at that point in time, I didn't know what I really wanted to do with it until this is where we're at now. So shout out to him for sticking with it, and shout out to continuing to work with me on this show. And it's been a beautiful partnership. And I think that is the same way as you look at Jen. It's a beautiful partnership and a great friendship in terms of how you guys have started, how it's continue to go and continue to grow. And I like for that, I want to say with Ask Jen, did you finally, well, recently you finally found like your wings, but did you start to like really see the wings in the sense when you were on the show for Ask Jen and start doing a lot more of that?
I would say I didn't feel it until, like in regards to Ask Jen show, until we had the Mia Ray episode.
Okay.
We had the Mia Ray episode. Jen asked me if I would help her with like really helping to put together the pre-production of like how she wanted to lay out her questions, how she wanted to tell the story, and just making sure, because Mia was such a big guest, and it was I think at that time, it was the biggest guest the Ask Jen show had. And one of her most viewed episodes still to this day. And so like that, she just took it with a lot of seriousness. And she was like, okay, I know you usually like review some of the questions and give me a little feedback, but like, you know.
We got to really make sure
we do not waste this opportunity. So any people that I can get to like make sure it's thorough, like I want to do that. And so I just came in and did what I did. And like the episode, like I remember it filming and there being certain questions that she was asking. And I'm like, oh, I know that was like my influence a little bit, or like that was the conversation, and just even the way it flowed, how put together it was. I was like, these are like, she applied some of my notes, and she listened to me. Jen respected me enough and my craft enough to know like when I was giving that feedback, it was coming from a place of love and a place of like, I want this to be the best, because that's what she asked me to do. So it made me feel like this person that I love and care about sees me enough to know like, not only is this a big opportunity for her, but she wants to pull her homegirl into that opportunity a little differently than what I normally do on the show, to like help her, but also to put me in a position to win as well. Like that episode was a win for all of us on that crew. I was about to say Jerry. I always do that with Jen and Barry. I always say their names together. Like Jen, Barry, JG, myself. Like that was a win for all of us in so many different ways. And I just felt like, I remember leaving that episode feeling like, oh yeah, like that hard work that I did, the understanding of like somebody asking and seeing in me like how I add value. You considered me enough to use one of your biggest moments at the time on Ask Jen show to like ask me to do this. Yeah, like yeah, I feel good knowing how many viewers got that episode, the opportunities that even came from that episode. I didn't know it at the time, but I just felt like, oh, we're moving in a certain kind of way. Like who I am who I say I am.
Exactly. You know? I think that like that's, you gotta have that confidence to do anything you do. And you gotta, and I tell my girlfriend this all the time, you gotta be able to have that, you gotta reassure yourself and know that you're doing what you're doing for a purpose, and that confidence. Yeah. And for that, I think that, what do you think is, now that you are multifaceted and think, what do you like the most to do when it comes to all the different talents that you have in a sense for yourself? Is it the directing, writing, producing, marketing?
It's kind of all of it. And I feel like I've developed the skills over time because I needed them at certain points in time, not knowing what I needed them for. But now that I've launched my own brand, HeyMeFirst, and it's like a product-centered brand, I'm like, oh, I needed to be able to take photos. I needed video experience. I needed digital marketing experience. I needed brand manager experience. I needed how to tell a story. I have my own show, Heavy on the Feelings. Like I needed this experience writing for somebody else and kind of practice, so that like, because with other people, it is serious. And I do take I'm very strict on my job. Like I'm serious about the work that I do. But it's also like when you do it for yourself and you're playing every role, it's like the training wheels are off, because when you do it for somebody else, there's usually other people
It's the structure within
and
it
there's
too.
like there's structure where there's like supports. When you're by yourself, the training wheels are off. It's just you or nothing.
Yep.
And so I'm like, I needed every single thing. So like I have production days for HeyMeFirst where I shoot all my photos and I book a set and I do my mood board and I do everything as if there's gonna be 50 people there, but it's just me. Like, so I don't know. I would say they're all important. If I had to think about where I am, what I'm enjoying right now, like if you ask me today, because I've done a lot of different things just today, I would say my favorite thing was interviewing, and like I'm building out a show right now. And so it's interviewing and writing for that show.
Okay.
For sure. I'm loving it. And I know that like the direction, producing, and the editing, even though I'm not the like primary editor of it, I know that like that aspect of like really being able to refine the story and create the story, build the story, and like refine it is that's probably my favorite part of it. That's what made me fall in love with it, from like researching and like getting a degree in writing. And not, my degree is not in writing, but like being able to write as a master's student and writing these long papers. I love being able to tell the story.
No, I think it's important to know, because I have a thing that no matter what you're doing in that moment of time, whether you're 20, 15, 30 now, the things that you have done beforehand gets you ready for the things that you want to do in the future.
You already are who you are becoming. That's a saying that I have for myself.
Exactly. And I think that it's important. What you talked about, HeyMeFirst, is you speak a lot about mental health and learning more about feelings, and obviously having the feelings. What made you start HeyMeFirst? Was it more so centered around like having wellness for self, or was it just an idea you wanted to just get off? What was the significance in it?
I've always known I wanted to do a clothing line. Like even from being young, I like was sketching outfits, and they weren't good sketches. Like, but I was sketching like bell bottom jeans because that's all I could draw well. Couldn't get a skinny leg for shit. Like, like this. I knew I want to have a fashion line. So as I got older, when I moved to Detroit, even I'm like, I want to do loungewear. I was in Ann Arbor, and I remember sketching in my PhD programs. Like, I want to do loungewear. I had a name for it and everything, but the startup cost for loungewear, I ain't have no job. I'm a broke graduate student. I don't have money to spend $20,000 on a first order or $10,000 on a first order, because when it comes to clothing, it's different than like even products. You got to have different sizes. So you got to do the research and the preparation on that. I wasn't coming, I'm just about to buy some shit off Alibaba and just put my name on it. Like, I didn't want that for myself. I knew I wanted to design it. I knew like my own body has its own like uniqueness, that when I go to a store, when I order stuff off Fashion Nova or whatever, like it gives me problems. I have to get things tailored. I have to get it moderated, adjusted in some way. And so I wanted to create products for people who looked like me, had similar issues. And so like that was going to be expensive. It was going to be a lot of brainstorming, a lot of back and forth between here and China. Like it was going to be a lot. And I'm like, well, what can I do if I know I want to do loungewear, because I love being in the house. I want to look cute when I'm in the house. Just because I'm in the house don't mean I got to look dusty, crusty. I still want to give a little bit. I be on Instagram all day. So if I'm on Instagram, I don't want to look butt ugly. Like I already will be on there. Yeah, I will already be on there in my bonnet. Before I brush my teeth sometimes, you know, hair to the side, bonnet half off.
Oh, I know
so
that's
like,
yeah.
you know, so I'm like, this is not, I want something that's going to make me look cute, but I'm like, damn, I don't have the money for this. So how can I still do something for the home and it have a smaller overhead? It be something that I can manage, I can grow, I can build. I can always come back to loungewear. I know I'm going to do that, but like the money that I need to actually do it the way that I want, it's not there. It wasn't there at the time. So that's how I got to candles. I'm like, what can I do in the house that I can create? I don't know how to sew. I don't have a sewing machine. I can't make pillows, which is something that's like on my mind right now. But like, I can't do that. I don't have the $15,000 for the overhead for a first order. Yeah. Minimum order quantities are insane. So like, damn, what can I do? Candles. Like, I'm not a chemist, but I could teach myself something. If I can get a master's degree, I could do anything.
Facts.
If I can put together IKEA furniture, I can do anything.
Hey, that's hard.
So like, let me.
Hey, I did that before. I know. Hey, I had to put a dresser before I joined. It came out backwards. I said, hey, yo, hold on.
Man, if I'm an engineer. I'm an engineer. If I could put some IKEA furniture together, I could do any fucking thing. So I'm like, okay, well, I can figure out how to make candles. So I started teaching myself how to make candles.
See, and I think that it's important to want to. I think the biggest lesson in everything is always trying something new as well. You can always teach yourself and never be afraid. I think a lot of people are afraid to do something, or at least afraid to see what it will turn out to be, instead of just doing it and seeing if you fuck up, you fuck up, but at least you know you did it.
Yeah.
And that's big. I just want to rewind to talk about production and things like that. So now we're going to go into like heavy on the fields, but talking more about the relationship that you have with Barry and allowed you as at this point, I think it's a full circle moment for you. The first episode was a cooking interview, and then so then it turned into a full podcast and things like that. So for that, you spoke about the relationship you had with Barry and how it actually became to be helping you with the production of that. How did that come about? I feel like maybe with Ask Jen, but getting more into how he allowed you to like spread your wings with your own show. What did that feel like?
Shout out to community, because people always think you gotta like come into a place and be the big boss, or like everyone should be wanting to work with you. And I saw Barry as a person who was like, oh, you figured out how to get this shit out the mud. Like at the time, I think he was fully locked in on, or was like just about to leave his job and was fully locked in on like, I'm doing this shit. Like I'm about to buy another studio. I'm about to figure this shit the fuck out. And like I met Barry through Ask Jen. Like we might have been following each other on Twitter. I think we both had like a Mifflin hat on one day, and I was like, I really like your Mifflin hat, because I also had a Mifflin hat. And nobody was wearing Mifflin at the time. Like it was still a very new black owned brand at the time. Like now it's a bigger brand.
Now I gotta look it up. Hold on.
Oh, I think they're based out of New York too.
Hey, say less. I'm about to look it up.
I think they're based. They like do genuine leather stuff. They make jeans. Like it's very fire. But I was like, damn, you got on Mifflin. I'm fucking with it. So then we started working on Ask Jen together, and I think like just watching him he was essentially a one-man show. So just watching him, I'm like, oh, you can do this. I can do it. And not like there's anything about Barry that makes me feel like, oh, I can do it better than, or I can do whatever. But I'm like, if I can see somebody do a thing, I know that it's possible for me to do it. Like I now see it. Representation is everything. So I'm like, I'm used to being on sets where there's somebody for every single role. And I'm now watching a one man, one band, one sound happen. From lighting to different cameras to microphones to everything, setting, staging and everything. I'm like, oh, I can do that. And so like he allowed me space to direct episodes, to give feedback on writing. Like we developed a relationship over time, and it was kind of a no-brainer when it came to launching Heavy on the Feelings. I'm like, Barry, I want you to come. Like, can you come be one of my cameramen? Like, can you come support me in this way? I really need your expertise on my show. So yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's been, I think, a very mutual beneficial relationship, because I was supporting Ask Jen for so long, like just off the love. Yeah. And so he was like, oh yeah, I got you off the love too. It's no problem.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah. Like you said, community. And like, I believe that everything happens organically, and it's supposed to happen the way it's going to unfold. And we talk about Heavy on the Feelings. So now that you've done 7 episodes, you haven't released one recently. Is that because you're working on something new now? Like you talked about, or is it just the fact that like you feel it's a time and a place, and when it happens, it happens. And when I'm called to do the episode, I'm ready.
This is how I move, that part, which is not always great. And I was just having a conversation today, like I have to, the harvest is plenty, but the workers are few, you know, and I have to be in a place of like, really showing up to do the work every day. And I feel like the last 2 years have been about building capacity. I think I was going through a lot. My grandmother passed away a couple years ago, and that like triggered a lot for me. It brought up a lot for me.
Sorry to hear that, buddy.
Thank you. I'm grandma's baby. So that I needed time to like just heal from that, process that, grieve. And I was still trying to like fire at the same time. Like, okay, we got to get the show off. Let's go. And I think after releasing that episode with Charity, I just kind of was like, I need a little break from things. And also I need to get this money. Heavy on the Feelings is not creating no money for me. Like I know what it can do and I have this idea, but like I gotta get to the bag. I gotta feed myself. I got an apartment I gotta figure out how to pay for. I wanna get a car. My car was stolen. Like I need to figure this shit the fuck in front of my house. Stolen right out.
Trash as fuck.
In front of my
Y'all
home.
some dirty niggas, bro.
But we back up. We got the wheels. So, like I had to be prioritize the things that were making me money. HeyMeFirst is a product-based business. If I push it, it's going to make money. It's a good product, you know. Also production, I get paid for that. I get paid to hold a camera. I get paid to come on set. I get paid to either PA or produce for like from the level of PA to all the way to produce. Like I'm getting paid for my talents there. So like I have to prioritize that, even though I'm using all those skills to like build my own shit. Sometimes you got to prioritize the money. So to survive. So I think that's why Heavy on the Feelings really paused. Like I need to pivot. I need to think about what I have capacity for emotionally, mentally, physically. And when I'm honest about what I have capacity for, I need to prioritize getting to the bag more. Because if I'm a full-time entrepreneur, we need to be making some money.
No, true. Like, and that's the biggest thing. I think that like it's times where like, for this an example, everything comes out of pocket. There's nothing that's giving me money except for my job.
Yeah.
And then having to do this. I would love to do this every single day, every week.
Yeah.
But it's unreasonable because me and Derek both live in different cities. And on top of that, it costs money to do a lot of this stuff.
Yes.
And you understand that. And knowing that, I think that you speak about, obviously it's a play on it with Heavy on the Feelings, but more so mental health. When I was looking and watching more of the episode with Charity, you guys spoke a lot about mental health and how important it was to you. And you spoke about when you lost your grandma. So I think that's probably what triggered a lot of things, but also how has that been important? Like, do you still go to therapy every day or every week or every few weeks? What does that look like, and how important is it to you now that are you in a better headspace to do a lot more of your projects?
Yeah, I think I am in a better headspace. I think also I decided, like, when you're a full-time entrepreneur, you got to make sacrifices. And one of the sacrifices I decided I needed to make to grow my business more was I needed to go get a 9-to-5. So like I'm currently a brand manager at a nonprofit. And which again, I'm self-taught, literally from like learning all my skills, having all these transferable skills. Now I'm making this amazing salary with insurance. And I can be like, oh my gosh, Heavy on the Feelings, HeyMeFirst, Ben Theory, which is my production house. I feel like I'm missing something else. Like I want to launch a cookbook. I want to do all these other things. I don't have to use HeyMeFirst and my production money solely to fund the dream, pay for the dream, pay for my life. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really hard to be building something and living off of it at the same time because you need to be reinvesting in it. So I made a sacrifice to like go get a job so that I could have more money. My base bills plus more are covered. So now I can reinvest into my business. All my money that's coming through HeyMeFirst and production can go right back into it now. I don't have to like put it towards different things. So mentally that's freed up a lot for me because I'm not like, I don't have the same worry or fear that like I need to have a certain amount of money to do things. But also I'm waiting on my insurance to kick in so I can go back to therapy for a way lower price. My therapist was charging me $175 a session. So I was locked in, but it's like, girl, this is a lot. I'm literally eating off of my dream and trying to pay my bills, and I want to buy a car and I want to do these other things, and my brand is still new. Like nobody is coming out making 6-7 figures off their first year of a brand. Like that's very rare for that to happen unless you got a lot of startup funds and things like that. When you're doing it out your kitchen, which is what I was doing, I am still doing, like it takes time to build trust, to build customers, to do whatever. But like, I know that that's still my vision. That's where I'm going. I just needed a little help to figure that out. And like being a solution oriented person, I'm like, let me go get a job. So therapy has helped me discover that, like realize like what are the sacrifices I'm willing to make and how can I think about these other things as like a means of a sacrifice, and also not to give up on the dream. Like just because I'm making this pivot doesn't mean I've given up on the dream. I've just found a new way to like support it, fund it, and support myself in different ways so I can really pour back into that.
Yeah, and being an entrepreneur is always hard because you said like that even in the first year or first 4 or 5 years, like they say, it takes 4 years to be overnight success, quote unquote.
At least.
And like it's so much time to be invested in that, and there's not enough time in the day for everything you want to do. So I guess what is next for Erin in a sense, or even going into I guess, let's say end of 2026, where do you see yourself, what you want to get done by that time?
I'm hoping I'm in my Martha Stewart era by then. Like, that's what I'm building. My Martha Stewart Oprah empire. Like, Issa Rae even, like, there's this arm that is cooking and house and living and just life. And then there's this other arm of like mental wellness and pouring into yourself. And I also have this like loungewear, fashion clothes element. I also think like people really want cooking stuff from me. They want to see my recipes. They want to experience my food. They want to experience like the vibe that I curate. And one of my goals is a bed and breakfast. So like all of that kind of like builds on that, being able to like
I will be there for that.
Prioritize that. That will not happen by the end of 2026, but that's one of my goals. So I'm hoping that I'm out of my way enough to allow those dreams to come to fruition. And I decided recently, like, we are locking the fuck in. I've been doing some interviews for a show I'm working on, and like everyone in the interviews about this person is like, the way she sacrificed, like, it don't matter what we was doing, she's present, but like she's locked the fuck in. And I'm like, I needed to hear that, because I feel so guilty about not being present sometimes, or like sometimes I'll get into a flow where like I'll work 3 days straight, and like I'm not saying I'll forget to take a shower, but I'll be like, damn, I might have put the same clothes back on 2 days in a row, and I'm like, I'm just locked in. I haven't ate right. I ain't seen no sun, but like I'm locked in, and I'll feel guilty. Like, oh, I have a partner, I have a dog, I have this, and it's like hearing this person's story, it all worked out, you know? And so like, I'm like, I need to just lock in a little bit more. So I'm hoping that all those things are coming to life in different ways, and I'm catering dinners for people and opening up this small dinner series that I'm working on. I'm hoping that I've released my cookbook, or at least like a version of a recipe book, in a way that is like feasible for me at the stage right now. And I'm really working on like becoming a wellness instructor as well, which would be like part of my bed and breakfast experience. You come to my bed and breakfast, and there's like food, and then we have wellness classes, and there is like this beautifully curated bedroom that makes you feel alive with these scents, because like that's who I am and that's what I care about. Like that's all of these things are connected.
Yeah,
so like,
sense.
Yes, yes. So that's what I'm hoping. It's just like more of that work is being done and seen, and like it's elevating.
And it will. I think more than anything is you continue to put the work in, it's going to show, and you gotta have that confidence what you already have, and it's going to work out. And it may look different, but at the same time, it's going to happen when it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Where can people reach you at to honestly reach out to you, or even like one to support you? Use the time now. Do whatever you want to say.
Yeah, thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you for this platform. This has been a great show, great episode.
Appreciate
I'm
it.
excited to see it back. Okay, so y'all can find me at ErinBeCreating on Instagram. If you want to just see me in my day in the life, I'm very active over there on my stories. You can find me on, if you're interested in watching my show where we talk about all of the feelings. We get heavy on the feelings. Heavy doesn't mean bad or sad all the time. Sometimes it just means we go deep on the feelings. You can find me at Heavy on the Feelings on Instagram and on YouTube. We have a show over there. And some of your favorite people have probably been interviewed over there. We interviewed Mia Ray. We interviewed Charity. We interviewed Coco the Comic. We interviewed Ash Jen, like Jevon Shea from Ghetto Mantras, Jess Jackson of Copper House. Like, there are some excellent guests over there that just have so many different stories, and it's a good place to like come back to yourself, I feel like, on those episodes. And then if you want to keep up with my Home Essentials brand that is all about mental wellness and putting yourself first, you can find me at hey.mefirst on Instagram. Also, our website is HeyMeFirst.com. If you want to buy something.
There you have it. Erin, thank you for coming. Thank you for wanting to be a part of this. And as well, you've been an amazing guest. Hope I've been an amazing host. And in general, you're a natural. I mean, you already been in front of the camera, you've been behind the camera, you know the ins and outs, everything. And I couldn't wait to have you as a guest and actually interview you to learn more about you. So thank you for this. Thank you for this episode. And I can only hope that in the future we work together. And I can't wait for the better breakfast. I'm ready for that. So thank you, Erin.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. It's nice to know that you do a lot for the community, and we want to take care of you as well, because there's people around here that really care about you as much as you care about them.
Wow,
so,
thank you. I received that.
So thank you. On the next episode, we'll catch you later. Bye.
See you.
Great episode. Yeah. That was amazing. I mean, you were natural.